A visit to Newgate. The force of habit is a trite phrase in everybody's mouth, and it is not a little remarkable that those who use it most, as applied to others, unconsciously afford in their own persons singular examples of the power which habit and custom exercise over the minds of man, and of the little reflection they are apt to bestow on subjects with which every day's experience has rendered them familiar. If Bedlam could be suddenly removed like another Aladdin's palace, and set down on the space now occupied by Newgate, scarcely one man out of 100, whose road to business every morning lies through Newgate Street or the Old Bailey, would pass the building without bestowing a hasty glance on its small, grated windows, and a transient thought upon the condition of the unhappy beings immured in its dismal cells. And yet these same men, day by day, and hour by hour, pass and repass this gloomy depository of the guilt and misery of London, in one perpetual stream of life and bustle, utterly unmindful of the throng of wretched creatures pent up within it, nay, not even knowing, or if they do, not heeding the fact, that as they pass one particular angle of the massive wall, with a light laugh or a merry whistle, they stand within 1 yard of a fellow creature, bound and helpless, whose hours are numbered, for whom the last feeble ray of hope has fled forever, and whose miserable career will shortly terminate in a violent and shameful death. Contact with death, even in its least terrible shape, is solemn and appalling. How much more awful is it to reflect on this near vicinity to the dying, to men in full health and vigor, in the flower of youth or the prime of life, with all their faculties and perceptions as acute and perfect as your own, but dying nevertheless, dying as surely, with the hand of death imprinted upon them as indelibly, as if mortal disease had wasted their frames to shadows, and corruption had already begun. It was with some such thoughts as these that we determined, not many weeks since, to visit the interior of Newgate, in an amateur capacity of course, and, having carried our intention into effect, we proceed to lay its results before our readers, in the hope, founded more upon the nature of the subject than on any presumptuous confidence in our own descriptive powers, that this paper may not be found wholly devoid of interest. We have only to premise that we do not intend to fatigue the reader with any statistical accounts of the prison. They will be found at length in numerous reports of numerous committees, and a variety of authorities of equal weight. We took no notes, made no memoranda, measured none of the yards, ascertained the exact number of inches in no particular room, and are unable even to report of how many apartments the jail is composed. We saw the prison, and saw the prisoners, and what we did see, and what we thought, we will tell at once in our own way.